take some deep breath and relax myself. And I will offer a prayer. And after that prayer, I will enter silence. And through that silence, Moses and Elijah will come into presence and form. And the communication will then be from them. I see you on the other side. Please enjoy, relax, and breathe deeply into the body. Beloved Mother, Father God, beloved Earth, beloved creation, I trust in you. I trust in you more today than I did yesterday, and I trust that tomorrow I will trust you more than I have today. I trust in your unfolding through me and all beings as creation extends itself always through all things. I choose now to align myself and allow the energies of my brothers in spirit, Moses and Elijah, to join with me and to share from their perspective that which would be shared through them of our Father and Mother God. Amen. Now we begin. Hmm. Hmm. And indeed, beloved and most holy friends, and indeed, beloved and most holy friends, it is such a joyful pleasure to join with you in this way, in these moments, to be given the opportunity to express and extend love once more into the world through the vibrational quality of words is a gift indeed. Beloved friends, how often do you use words in every day? And yet, how often do you pause to reflect on the gift that is given in the potentiality for you to extend the beauty and the grace of love through each and every word that you intone? For, beloved friends, each word has the potential to carry as a vibrational quality into the world the beauty and the grace of love. And yet we wonder with what care you choose each word that passes through the lips across the tongue and becomes a manifest vibration or quality of energy within the dynamism of the world's a frequency soup, shall we say. It is a great joy to join with our brothers and sisters, with you, beloved friend. For we have known one another for a long, long time, and we have journeyed in a myriad of different forms. And yet, beloved friend, even though the forms have been diverse and different in so many ways, the quality of you, the essence of you as soul has remained exactly the same, just as it has for us. And therefore we recognize you not as a form, but as that quality of light, that quality of consciousness, as that quality of life, that soul is, that individual and powerfully unique signature of self that you are. And it is to that we come forth now to connect, to breathe life with, to love, to remember, to embrace. For it is that we love, have deeply, intimately, eternally, and perfectly loved, and have received naught but the same in return from you. For you are indeed capable of that love, just as we are capable of that love. Let us join now within this capacity that we share as one love and one soul in creation, birthed through an infinite stream of life in all directions of time and space. Let us come now to remember and rejoice in the perfect quality of love for self and all in creation. Hmm. Hmm. This truth of you can never be hidden from view. This truth of you, although you may have chosen to identify with aspects of a constructed personality, with a body of a certain shape or size, with a face that looks familiar in the mirror, even though you may have identified with these constructs and ideas of who you are as a human on a planet, it is quite impossible for you to change the essential quality of self as love. It is impossible for you to truly hide the essence of what you are from creation. It is impossible for you not to be that which you have been created to be. Mm. And so, beloved friends, we would share with you in these precious moments in time some simple truths that we hope will resonate within the heart of your being, reminding the essence of your soul of that which is true and has always been true. As we purvey the layers of consciousness upon the earth at this time, it is apparent that there is some confusion within the mind about the nature of reality, about the nature of the world as it shows up in the minds of all at this time. We wish to impart the simplest truth unto you, hopefully in a way that can be allowed and absorbed into the consciousness. Hopefully in a way that can allow a new vision to be birthed within the mind and the consciousness. Mm. The teaching is simply this: there is only God. There is only God. There is much confusion as to whether there is even a God. Now we say there is only God and nothing else, and nothing can exist apart from that. For if something could exist apart from God, then God would not be God, and God is God, whole and complete, infinite and eternal. There is nothing beyond the absolute, and God is the absolute. And all within creation is contained within God, comes from God, is given birth through God, is supported and created by that one. There is nothing outside of God. There is and can only be God. And we accept and understand that as a concept in mind, this has limited impact upon your experience. There is a process of absorption, a percolation through the energetics of the body mind to allow this concept to become a felt and lived experience as a reality upon the earth. That reality of understanding, not only as a concept, but within the knowingness of the body, is the realization of the kingdom or the queendom of heaven on earth. And yet, beloved friends, would you look upon the world and recognize the truth that all is God, or would you perceive something else? Do you perceive the world or things within the world, people, events, thoughts, beliefs, ideas, perceptions, and view them as being something other than God? Do you look upon another brother or sister as soul playing through a form and witness them as only a personality in a body? Or do you see the perfection of God expressing as that personality and that body in precisely the ways, exactly the ways, absolutely the ways in which the divine would show up through that form in that moment? Or would you allow the perception of judgment to arise in the mind and project upon that one to say they are not God, they are not of the divine, for they do not see things in the way that you imagine must be seen in order for the divine to be present, because you have imagined in your mind that the divine is limited in its expression. And if this is the case, then you look out upon the world and you see naught but the effects of your own judgment that robs from your mind and perception the glory and the grace and the beauty and the love that is the kingdom of heaven. Now, is this to say that there is no need for correction in mind upon the planet of others as you see them? No, it does not mean that, but it means that you can trust in the journey that is taking place through that one. For just as the beloved has you, dear one, in the embrace of love within the heart of Christ, so that is true for all beings, for all souls. The love of Christ, the love of God is not exclusive. It is wholly inclusive, always. And this, beloved friends, is why Yeshua speaks of the importance of allowance. For it is this knowing, this allowance of the divine to flourish in all beings, whilst being perceived in perfect trust by your mind, whilst being perfectly allowed. And this allowance in your heart that embraces is the journey of forgiveness that dissolves all judgment from self, so that you can perceive with ever and ever and ever greater clarity the perfection of heaven as it unfolds before you through every form, through every being, in every moment, regardless of the appearance in form of what it might look like, and regardless of how you have taught your mind to react or to judge or to project upon certain frequencies of energy that would remain unforgiven or disallowed within the self. So this is the mechanism. It is the process of allowance, of deep forgiveness within the self, of judgment upon all energies. For that judgment within the self separates out and makes distinction between that which only in your own mind you would say is God and is not. That is the heart and the center of the dream of separation. And that is what we would turn your gaze towards now, so that you can understand and come to know that only love is real. And only God is. When you perceive outside of yourself the energy of something that you would condemn, that you would insist in your mind cannot be from God. Stop. Breathe. Come back to yourself. Look within and ask where you disallow the knowing of God within yourself, where you disallow the knowing of God within yourself and project that disallowance onto your brother and sister within the world and say that cannot be. For God is not this, God is this. God is not this, God is this. You cut and slice with the mind through creation as if you know, and you do not. You have taught yourself this knowing in order to create the dream of separation, and very successful have you been in the creation of it. And yet here, in the simplicity of a few words, beloved friends, allowance becomes the doorway through which you open the queendom within your own heart. And from there, you can begin to perceive it in all things and trust in the process of atonement. For, beloved friends, it is only the atonement that occurs on planet Earth in this time frame. It is only the movement of God, for there is no thing else. There is only God. There is only love. And it is unfolding now. Within the depth of allowance and the purity of perceiving only the queendom comes peace. And within peace is stillness, and within stillness is Christ, and within Christ is movement and action that is aligned with the mind of God in the world. And it is through this that you become the savior of the world. Not because the world needs saving, but because you come to fulfill the role of love that you have been made to be. Allowance, dear friends, of all that is, will in turn give rise to the action that is required, that is desired, that is ordained by the Father in heaven as heaven, that brings about the perfection of atonement for all beings, through all levels of mind, through all dimensionality. Allowance, beloved friends, is the most important of the keys, because it is the one that opens the door to the heart and allows this flow of love to bless the world. Beautiful and most holy friends. Beautiful because that is exactly the frequency of light with which you have been made. It is the essence of you. most holy, because you are a part of that which we are, and we are a part of that which God is. The whole is unbreakable. The whole is eternally and infinitely complete and can never be another way. Holy because God is all there is. You are necessarily holy because you are a part of God, and God is all there is. So, beloved friends, as we look upon you now, we recognize the utter perfection of your being, not just as soul, not just as this signature of unique and brilliant creative light that you are, but also through the forms and structures of body and mind, personality and thought. Because, beloved one, this has been created by the Father acting through you to elicit very specific effects and experiences, which are in the process of a movement, transformation, and evolution. We gaze upon you and witness the utter perfection of your being as spirit and soul, as body and mind, as personality and emotion. For we trust implicitly and absolutely the flow of energy that God is as God moves through her creation in every moment, in every detail, and in every way. And we extend the courtesy of this vision unto all creation. For there is only God. And that is where we shall leave our communication for this time with you today. It has been a beautiful experience for us to have this opportunity to generate frequency directly into the world and this plane reality within which you find yourself. We offer our deepest gratitude to you, not only for being here in this moment, for listening and participating in this co-creation of light, but for all that you bring through your choices, decisions, words, thoughts, and deeds, for all that you allow in this movement of the return to alignment with the mind of God that you are engaged in allowing through you. Peace then, beloved friends, be unto you in this day and all days. Amen. Amen. Amen.